$5? Okay.
Yeah, $5 flat rate.
Oh, did you put a sticker on this thing?
Let's see.
Yes.
Let me see what I don't have.
Oh, put it in the thing.
Well, like,
Oh, you know what?
This.
Green Sharpie.
somebody
It might have fell off. Hold this. I'm gonna go get a Sharpie. I have a gray Sharpie that I used for when I was taking the AC class.
we don't have to do anything on it.
I'll write on it so they can see it. It's on the bottom. They're never gonna see it again after.
Do you have any other GameCube games at all?
No.
No?
For the game.
No other controllers or anything like that?
No.
Huh?
That's the only thing I got right there. And then
There it is. Okay. All right, here we go.
and then with the GTA, those are like brand spanking new.
Oh, okay. Is this one kind of loose? Let's see.
Still on the plastic.
Everything except San Andreas.
There you go.
Let's see. I was thinking about some the 3DS games too. Did anyone else pick up any games before this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like just a couple minutes before you came in with the Xbox One and 2 other games.
Oh yeah, the 2 other Xbox games. Yeah, because I would have picked that up too. Like I said to them, it's hard to do it on bike, but I mean, I'd still do it.
I lied.
Yeah, no other 3DS games at all? How much would this be?
Is the only thing keeping me cool? It's the coffee.
40. What about
40? Did you take 30 for it?
35.
35? No, that can do that.
Yeah, he's got to pay rent and so on.
Oh, okay. Over that house over there, the guy said that he had video games, so we will see what happens with that. Pretty excited. We'll see. Oh, cool. Mind if I just take a look right here on the sidewalk? Okay. Guys, I just did something hilarious. So I was biking around, trying to do some freestyles, and I came across this sale, and I biked around. And a few nights ago, someone messaged me that they had their Minecraft available, but I realized that I sent them a message when it was $15. I thought because it was up for 9 months, I could get it for a little bit less. But lo and behold, this right here is the area. The garage sale I just filmed is the one I messaged. She literally said, hang on, I got a guy on OfferUp who messaged me about it. Oh my goodness. That was interesting. I've never done that before. So, but everything was overpriced. I filmed, I think I show you, of that white Xbox controller. I opened it up and the back was filled with ants. Like, filled with ants. Freaked out. Like you rightfully should when you see a bunch of ants trying to get onto your skin. So yeah, not exactly a fun time. And unfortunately, not the best prices. So we're just going to keep moving. Today is quality over quantity. Hello everyone, I am Thomas, Agent T Finds. I am really excited for these small amount of finds. I call it a small amount of finds because of how much I can typically rack up in a day. But in all honesty, this is pretty good for going out for a few hours and just biking around. I do bike around. It is absolutely terrible. I do not recommend it. I suggest getting a car, but it saves me on gas. So, But the first sale of the day was actually a community sale, and I got absolutely nothing at that. So I freestyled to this one, and they had these two games out. They had a bunch of other Lego games, and I really considered picking them up for the $5 plus trade credit, but they were already $5 each, and I was like, I really don't want to pay that much money for 3DS games at this point. But Amazing Spider-Man and Transformers Dark of the Moon, I actually sold this one, but it had a really bad case, so I think I'm just going to keep it for the collection. Because I don't like getting loose case, or loose disc 3DS games or DS games. But the cream of the crop here is really all of this stuff. In total, it cost me $35. They wanted $5 per game. I dropped them down to 40, or they said 40 for everything. I dropped them down to 35. They're a little bit tough to negotiate with, but in all honesty, what I got, this pays for everything. So Budokai Tenkaichi 3, San Andreas, Budokai Tenkaichi 2, Budokai, Vice City, and Grand Theft Auto 3. And these two are sealed copies, so very, very nice. A couple more sales later, I went to a sale that had a bunch of guitars and stuff, and I asked the guy if he had any games, and he's like, I think I have a lot of old retro Sega and Nintendo, and I got a little bit excited, I'm not going to lie, but I got excited a little too soon because turns out he's a Amazon reseller, and he had no clue what his prices were for any of these. He was very, very lazy in terms of telling me what exactly he wanted for the games. But what I got from him was pretty good. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? What I got from him was pretty good. So Who Framed Roger Rabbit is a little bit sun faded in the front, unfortunately, but it's a collection piece up until I traded in. The Adventures of Mighty Max, it was a very clean copy, so I picked it up. Alien 3, which is a game I already have in box, so I get to sell this and recoup the cost. And Banjo-Tooie, but it's a box and manual only. Still, though, even in this beat-up condition, picking up a box for N64 ever is pretty cool. So yeah, and then I turn around and I see that someone's setting up on the other side while this guy's going out and getting these games out. So I walk over to them and ask, "Hey, do you have any video games by any chance?" I'll show the small clip. It was just dollar T-shirts and fishing poles, and you always have to ask because they brought out a PSP, a Mario and Luigi's Partners in Time, and a PSP Go. I have never seen these out in the wild before. I've never seen them in general up until a few weeks ago. I was just researching them. It's so cool. My first pseudo smartphone was a flip phone like this, so I was pretty awestruck when I saw this with its box. She wanted 20 for this, she wanted 5 for this, and 10 for this, 20 for this, 5 for this, and I got it all for $20. So in total, my video game stuff cost $75 for the day, but with Budokai Tenkaichi, these two right here, the PSP, which actually works, it has a working battery, and Alien 3, I'll make back all my money and a little bit more, so I can get to keep a pretty good amount of games here. So yeah, thank you all for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you had any great finds, please let me know in the comments. I can say this now: like, comment, and subscribe. And take care.